Greetings Cancer, a warm welcome to you all. That was an introduction to your reading for September using the base chakra energy vibration in way of a sound bath. So welcome to your reading. We will be using these 4 different decks of cards. These 2 are tarot, these 2 are oracle. I have shuffled them previously, but I will shuffle them again. Now, welcome to any new subscribers for the channel tuning in. It's time for you guys, Cancer, to sit back and listen to the messages coming through for you, which ones you most connect with and what you can pick up for in the month and, learn from or meditate upon. September is a month of change around the planet. It is the month that has the equinox in it, where both day and night are equal. It is also the month when the seasons change from summer in the northern hemisphere to autumn or fall, and for the southern hemisphere we go from winter to spring. And quite often that change in weather or seasons creates quite a bit of turbulence, both weather-wise and emotionally for people as well. Now, we know that these times that we're going through are full of a lot of change, and it's in part to do with the lineup of the planets that are here at the moment, something that we haven't really witnessed for nearly 2,000 years. There's a certain few bunch of new terminologies that are coming out, and some of them seem to be really quite apt and very good describers of the situations that we find ourselves in. So you could say that we find that there are blind spots around nowadays where sometimes it's hard to see what new directions we're going in, but there are plenty of opportunities to manifest new directions. It creates a certain degree of unpredictability, of feeling as though there's sometimes not completion within certain avenues or aspects or passageways or journeys that we're taking. It's also leading to continual change, and quite often we find that we don't have all the solutions, but it's important to remember that we don't need them, because we are exploring and experimenting with different facets of life and our understanding so that we gain clarity through this period of change, and that adapts to flexibility and experimentation. There's a term that someone's coined called divine discontent. This is a time that we're in, and it's liberating us into our new realities. We know that there's something better out there for us. We're often just, as I say, not sure of what it is we want or how to get it, but we know it's coming. So being open and flexible and prepared to experiment are key factors in shaping the future of your life. And right now, at this exact point in time, in mid-August to very early September, if that, we are moving into a 12-year period that has a portal of time open to enable us to set the pathway for the next 12 years. So think really carefully about what you want to take with you and what you don't. It's a very good time to do some peaceful introspection, meditation work, and personal growth or dialogue with yourself to find out what you really do want as you head into the next 12 years. So Cancer, you guys, this is for you. What is the most important thing for Cancer to focus on for this month coming up for September, and even during these last couple of weeks of August if they're tuning in then? I've been starting with every reading over on this deck of cards, and it is a deck that I particularly like, so I will continue to start there for Cancer. You have number 8. This is the 8 of Wands, accelerated motion. Now, before I go too much further, I should mention that I did do some work for you beforehand, and everyone got a term or a phrase or a word to focus on for the month as you move ahead. And Cancer, you guys got the little term steady progress. So steady progress, it's something you're doing or a way you're acting or a path that you're on. And interestingly enough, here we have the first card out, which says accelerated motion, which is progress, and it's steady progress as we see this celestial object traversing the skies, possibly a comet or a falling star or a shooting star. This card can often denote travel and going somewhere in a hurry or at pace. Sometimes it's a holiday for some of you and traveling by air to somewhere. Other times it's referencing this quick motion around creative resources or projects or ideas that you've got going on in your life at the moment. Some readers even associate this card with the interpretation that there can be suitors around you, like people who are interested in you in a romantic term, and sometimes even new friendships coming on the scene. So let's expand on that. Wow, this card, the Two of Pentacles, is across water with a boat in the background. So both of these cards are denoters of travel or movement, change in something around you. So just as I suggested when we started with the reading, nothing is remaining static at the moment, and we're seeing change in almost every avenue of our life. And for a lot of us, it's fast change, unexpected, because that's what I said as well in the introduction. We have blind spots where we can't see that far ahead, and we sometimes get caught out by the unpredictability or the unpredictable nature of events. This was a very unpredictable event, a shooting star when she happened to look up, but that can create great momentum of exciting change, and this might be what's happening for you guys. There's something fast coming in that could create immense change one way or another for you. With this card here, he is known as the juggler as well, so sometimes this is about juggling finances and also juggling your time, as well as the concept of partnerships and relationships, because that's what the twos mean. They mean bringing balance into a situation. For some of you, this is about balancing some sort of work and creative ideas and feelings tied in here. Some of you could be applying for a job that could lend itself to moving away from where you currently live, possibly over water, or traveling to get there by air, or to another country or a different state. Some of you may even attend an interview that takes you into this type of perspective as well. Let's see what this card has to say. Clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies you may have absorbed. Well, at the moment, these two cards are definitely not talking with this one. This is a completely different subject matter that we've found ourselves with. So this card often refers to feeling as though there is a degree of toxicity around a situation, oftentimes relationship-wise. So if you are having any problems with people in your life, and they could be family, they could be a close partner, they could be friends or colleagues at work, anything really could crop up here. But you might feel as though you've been put out in the dog box, like told off, or not being honoured, or not being kept. I'm getting this feeling like you're not being kept in with the others. It feels like you're being put out somewhere, which is why I said put out in the dog box. If this is the case and you feel as though there's something directed to you, or something that you've done or said and others have taken offence, they're just saying clear that energy around you and let it go. Don't hold on to it and don't let it fester. So remove any thoughts of negativity or anger that you might have if you've been locked out of something or kept away from something. You've to let it go. Holding on to that at this point in time is not going to do you any service. I think it will create a negative pattern as you move forward. And remember what I've just said to you all about the fact that what we do right now and how we act is how we're taking the next 12 years with us. So this card is a really, really good one to focus on, this accelerated motion, something that is creative and forceful and powerful to lead you into the future with great gusto and energy and ideas. Let's see what's happening over here. Wow, this one was just out for Leo. I have shuffled the deck. I've actually shuffled it a lot and it's come back out. So it says, what you believe you create, no one can harm you. And this one here, these two are very much going with each other, and they're completely different authors. They're different decks of cards, but the colour palette is very, very similar as well, with this kind of moody blue, purpley, red thing going on, and it's the same here. So that could sometimes be considered through your third eye or your intuitive feeling. In Cancers, you are quite intuitive, that you could be feeling as if someone is vibing you out, or, you know, saying things about you behind your back, or discluding you in a group of friends or a family event. And they're just giving you this twice over warning that it's up to you to clear yourself of any of these thoughts or energies that you might be absorbing. So focus on the positive. This goddess of psychic protection is here to say to you that it's your thoughts that lower you and make you fearful, and that you are protected. You're always protected in the energy and form of love and light, and that's what you need to focus on, especially if you're feeling threatened or worried. Now, if any of you are in a situation where there is physical threat or abuse going on, then I urge you to take some sort of accelerated motion. Again, and we've got the 3 cards with the same hues, the purple and the reds, such like. But if there is anything that is happening that is making you feel really anxious or threatened or harmed, and especially physically or emotionally, then take some accelerated motion and take action on doing something to get out of that situation. Clear yourself, clear your energy. You can clear the home as well by using things like the Tibetan bowls. These are great energy healers, and they can release pent up anxieties or tensions. They can change the energy level in a room very, very quickly, which is why I've been introducing them at the beginning of the reading, because they bring about such a wonderful connection and a lifting for you all even before the reading has started. So I don't know how many of you this is really pinpointing here, but it feels as though it's got quite personal quite quickly. So I think some of you are in a situation here where you're either thinking that something is going on and it's really getting you down, in which case you need to bring yourself back up, and you need to be the ones to do it. So don't keep letting the negative come in. Or some of you are in a situation where there is a real threat, and you need to do something about enabling yourself to move out of it. Okay? So I'm not going to go on too much more about that. We'll move through the reading and see what else comes up. But that, you know, for some of you, this part is not going to resonate that much anyhow. You'll be focusing more over on this. Let's see what's next. Wow, lovely. The Harmony card, which is the Lovers card, which has been out quite a lot for September as well. I'm getting the feeling there is so much love in this month that's coming. And I don't know if there's a particular conjunction going on, because I'm not actually an astrologer. I listen to a lot of the astrology reports and understand it from that perspective. But there's a lot of love in so many of the zodiac readings for the month of September. This is the Lovers card, and it is in harmony. And there's the love and the respect and the honor and the light, which is exactly what this card tells you to do to protect yourself, and why no one can harm you when you have these energies around. So I urge you too to check your moon and rising signs, because some of these messages could be very similar, and that in itself becomes even more poignant. The Lovers card is a card of harmony, love, relationships, warmth, nurture and caring. So there is something around you that gives this feeling of support. However, there's other things that the Lovers card can mean. So just quickly running through the list. Some of you, this can be a brand new intimate relationship coming in that is a very deep, long-lasting, special relationship. So it's like the really deep soulmate, or it can even be the invocation of ignition of a twin flame scenario. There's been a lot of that energy coming in for this month as well, and a lot of it is like through this light energy that's being brought in like a portal. And it's interesting that I chose to use this deck of cards for the month, unbeknown of how much light was coming in. So that's a scenario or synopsis for some of you. Now, some of the other perspectives of this card relate to potential business relationships and boding very, very well. And this could be tied into this accelerated motion. Something very fast and full of light and celestial could be coming your way in terms of some sort of relationship, whether it's like a twin flame ignition or a deep soulmate, or whether it's a potential business liaison or relationship that way. Whatever it is, it could be very, very deep and special and positive. Some of you, this is a relationship that already exists and it may have been going through a rough patch, and it can be reignited again and have that special essence brought back to where you wanted it to be. For others of you, there's the potentiality to be caught up in a sort of a tryst. Sometimes this involves 3 people, and this card can turn up when there is something like a love affair going on and that a choice has to be made. Now that's a very personal thing again. No one can tell anyone else what to do in those situations. And unfortunately, our hearts fall in love with whoever they fall in love with. And sometimes you might be with a partner already, and for some unknown, inexplicable reason, you're attracted to someone else, and that's how life takes you. So some of you may find yourself in that situation as well, or you may be involved in a triangle of 3, one way or another. So a lot of different meanings there with the Lovers card. It is still beautiful. It does bode love, and it does bode all of the positives like the harmony, the euphoria, the bliss, the happiness, the light, the love. Wow, you know, here's another one. Shield yourself, clear yourself, goddess of psychic protection. So you guys have got a little bit of it for the month of September. So this is protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisaging a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Now I've talked a lot about the light. I even showed you this on the back, the white light. So I don't know what it is for all of you. I don't know whether there's fear or anxiety about a journey you're taking. Does this accelerated motion give you a feeling of fear if things are coming too quickly into your life? You know, too much change. And I talked about that at the very beginning, letting you know that we're in this period of unpredictability and non-completion and a cycle of continual change. And I know that Cancers actually like security and they like feeling grounded, which is why I chose to use the base chakra sound meditation for you, because that's the grounding chakra. It's the one that makes our home environment, you know, it was helping to clear the home environment, your finances, your emotions, your family tribe, and things like that. And I know that Cancers like that grounding effect. So are some of you feeling flustered and fluttered by all this change that is coming? And if it is, then you just have to work on knowing that the light surrounds you and that it honors you and that it takes you with it. It doesn't leave you behind. It encourages you to experience the change and to be part of it all that's coming. And I know globally we see so many people experiencing quite strong anxiety and fear and trepidation. It seems to be just part and parcel of these new changes that we're walking through. But most importantly, pick up on all these positive messages that give you the impetus to look after yourself and to know that you have the strength and that you've got this protection around you, and to do something if you are physically in trouble, but if you're not and it's an emotional fear, to really work on protecting yourself and clearing out any negativity. And I think you'll find that things should lift a little bit and movement should take place without the amount of trepidation or worry. Let's come back to here. Well, the sacral chakra is just above the base, and really I suppose it's through this area here. And it's our creative sector or our creative force. Now, if there's a block there, you could be finding ideas or passion, excitement, and especially sexual connection with people or a partner could be a little bit, you know, tense or tight, or that you might not be wanting to have these deep connections with people, and there might be a problem around that, especially if there is someone on the horizon who has this ability to want to be a very close partner. This card also exudes a lot of this orange color, which is also in here. So for some of you, this is talking about a possibility of a blockage that you're maybe a little bit concerned about becoming intimate with people again, or a partner, because of some pain, like heart pain that you've suffered before, or loss. And for others of you, this could be a physical pain that is in the sacral area of the body that needs addressing. So freeing up something in that area, and you could try that through exercise or diet or some various different healing modalities. And for others of you, this could be a creative block that is here, that is stopping the flow of motion, and that you wish for more flow of motion. For others of you, this is acknowledging that this orange sacral chakra area of the body is open and flowing. So do you see how convoluted it can become when you're doing general readings for everyone? There are so many different dynamics for each and every card that some will resonate for one meaning and others will resonate for another. I just implore you to listen to your own intuitive feelings about the cards that you see coming, and the messages and the colours and what vibration they're giving off to you, to help your month be as fulfilled and promising as it can be. Some of you are shielding yourself against relationships one way or another, as if you're frightened, or as if there's been something in the past that perhaps you've gone through some hurt or pain. It would be lovely if you could do some meditation on sorting that through and opening up, because I think for a lot of you there's a lot of love around to be brought in for this month of September. And remember, this is the next 12 years that you're walking into. The Queen of Swords can often be an air sign person, sometimes a Libra person. She could be in and around your life. She may be someone that you have felt might have been blocking things, or not connecting one way or another. And again, is this your own thoughts that make you think this, or is it true? So maybe you want to work this out and clarify things with this person if that's what she represents. She can sometimes represent a legal person, like an accountant or a lawyer, who you might be dealing with in the month as well. The Five of Pentacles, it's not that nice a card either. There's a little bit of upset there, and sometimes a little bit of financial thing going on. And I think even with this one, I said to you, sometimes you have to balance your finances. You can go through periods of up and then down, so it's about balancing things. This can mean feeling left out in the cold, or shut out, and being turned away from communities or groups of people who you used to be part and parcel with, and that's where these ones have come back in again, and even this one. So I just think there's something that you need to clear the air. There's something, some of you need to communicate with someone about a dispute that's gone on, or an animosity or an argument that's popped up, and it's left you feeling like this, or out in the cold. Some of you, this could be around your career. It might be happening at work, and you're feeling more and more down about it. So you've really got to do something right now about resolving this. However you choose to, you need to do something. Whether you want to remove yourself from the situation, or remove these worries, and clear the energy, clear the vibrations, raise the vibrations up, free away any worry or lack of creativeness or passion, and get things moving again, and bring in this accelerated motion, which was the beginning of your reading, and probably one of the most important cards because of that message. And just remember, there is all this around. Someone is supporting you and loving you for the most part, you guys. Mercy. And another 2. More movement, choices and decisions. And I know that some of you find that that's a hard time, but you've definitely got things going on, and you have decisions to make and choices to make. And there's the heart chakra. So the answer that you seek is in your heart. Be open to giving and receiving love. And I talked quite succinctly about that with you, with your harmony card. in the heart. There they are, holding the heart chakra right there for you, and it's glowing green. And this one is the heart chakra energy. And it says, the answer you seek is in your heart. Be open to giving and receiving love. The angels are helping you to lovingly speak your truth. Now, that's what I said. You need to talk. You need to open something up. You need to do some sort of communication. You need to let go of self-doubt and self-worry. If it's got to do with someone like this, get in touch with them, get it sorted out. This could also be a person who is supportive or helpful, like a lawyer or an accountant. The throat chakra too, for some of you, and also the heart, can be relating to that part of your body. Physical health checkups, looking after that area. Remember, this is the thyroid, so that can be thyroid things that some of you could get looked at as well. Also flu-like symptoms in the throat, infectious mono. Yeah, and with the heart, we go into the breast area as well for women. So you're getting a right old medical health month in this month, and you're getting like a checkup. It tells me all these things that they want you to do. They want you to really take a stance with the direction you're going. They want you to act. They want you to make some changes. They want you to clear things out. The whole clear yourself seems to be all sorts of clearing. It's physical, emotional, spiritual. They want you to rack things up and get yourself going and create some of this accelerated motion so that you go forward with lots of positivity and not being in a state of, worry about the unpredictable nature of life and the non-completion of cycles, because you will get there and cycles will keep moving and all things are constantly going. So there we are, Cancer, a very decisive reading, and I still think it's very empowering. There's a lot in this reading for you about looking for all the good things in life and dealing with the things that upset you and making sure you clear them. Clear stuff out that doesn't need to hang around anymore, especially emotions that aren't needed. It's like a garage sale. It's time for the garage sale. Clear out the junk and so that you can bring in the new stuff. And that new stuff is your next 12 years. So thank you guys for joining and listening to the video. I love it that you sub the channel, and I love it when you leave your comments, because the whole community all seem to enjoy reading everyone's comments, and they give support as well. So if you've got a problem and you leave a comment, you'll often find other people will be on board supporting you as well. So take care, everyone. Much love. Namaste.